What's going on, everyone, and welcome to this video. I'm going to do a 2022 fully updated review and tutorial of Bybot Pro. Those of you who've seen it before or may not have, as you can see, I've got a very popular Bybot Pro review video and tutorial that I did about a year ago. And after that sort of success with that one, which obviously helped a lot of people figuring out about the tool, the thing is with Bybot Pro, they update their software all the time. They're really efficient. There's loads of new features, etc. So I thought that I would do a brand new, fully updated version. So in this video, I'm going to go through absolutely everything that I can. Hopefully just give you guys and girls a really good overview of this tool, what it can do, how it can help your business. So I've been using Bybot Pro for probably coming up to 2 years now. So obviously I love it. I use it all the time. I use it for my private label type stuff, but obviously you can use it for that. You can use it for online arbitrage, wholesale, etc., things like that. So as I say, I've been using it for probably coming up 2 years now, a long time. So probably quite a good person to do a review on it. So stay tuned, go get yourself a coffee, go get yourself a tea, and let's dive through every single feature so that you know exactly what you're getting if you start using this software. So let's dive into it. So the first thing you're going to notice is that there's obviously, this is a Chrome extension. So Bybot Pro is in itself a Chrome extension tool, which is going to be able to be used on multiple individual product pages. And then there's also ways that you can use it when you're actually sourcing products, when you're actually looking at products on the page when all the results come up. So you've got the individual product page here, and then you've got the some Bybot Pro helps you when you're actually analyzing deals in total on the results page there. But first of all, let's dive into the actual Chrome extension on the product page here. So starting from the bottom and working our way down, let me just show you. So let's go over the basics here. So we've obviously got retail or wholesale here. This is going to help you depending on what sort of strategy you do. Everything that you hover over indicates exactly what it is used for anyway, as you've got the information. Please enter your buy price, including VAT if you selected retail on toggle, and excluding VAT if you selected wholesale. So, excuse me, this gives you a really clear example of what you need to do here, depending on what strategy you do. So as you can see, once you've typed in your price here, you've got your sell price there. This is your predicted sell price. You can then click analyze. And obviously this is going to come up with your predicted profit here. Now, bear in mind that I have entered the settings to suit my needs. Okay, now this will be very different for every seller. So I've put the UK, I've put standard accounting, I've got method 4 because I'm VAT registered, my company is. We've been selling for a long time now, and a lot of you won't be at that stage, and that's fine. And in which case you would most likely be the UK non-VAT registered, and usually I keep it a method 4. But obviously you need to look into that yourself. Post in the Bybot Pro Facebook group what method is right for you in terms of the ROI method there. You can type in your prep fee here, and this is going to help you calculate all of your fees, that are going to actually reflect. This is going to reflect all of your fees here when you come to type your price in here. Obviously, that profit here, £1.28, is because I've actually got the shipping cost at $5.45 per kilogram. So don't worry about the price. If you prep yourself, etc., then you can work out a small shipping cost, or some people just leave that shipping cost and deduct it off whatever software they're using to track their profits. But either way, that's what that is there. So you can edit the settings here depending on what settings you want to reflect on to this buy price, sell price. Okay, I hope you understand that. So you've got MF, FBA. That's obviously very important depending on what method you're going to be using, what sales method you're going to be using to sell your product. Buy price, VAT, as I say, retail, wholesale. That's going over what we saw at the top. Grocery, 20% VAT. So this tells you the difference. Is it a grocery item? Is it not a grocery item? Referral fee, VAT excluding. We've got the FBA fees, VAT excluding. Enrolled in DGB, Dangerous Goods Program. If so, you'll hover over and click that. By the way, once you've done all this stuff, you need to make sure that you click save, and then that's going to obviously reflect onto. It's not going to reflect until you click save. Okay, once you toggle all these on or off. Okay. So we've got the extra fees there, any extra fees that you need to allow for. We've got the stock capital it takes into account there. All of these things you can type in. MF shipping cost, option 1, 2, 3, and then that can reflect onto your MF or FBA fee up there, depending on which one you want to choose. Also, you can click the European marketplace that you're looking to, the method you're looking to use. You've got Pan-European, EFN, etc. And then obviously all of this stuff, once you click save, is going to make a massive difference to your profit up there. But once you've set it up, most people do one method of selling. So once you've set this up, then, you know, it's going to be left to, it's going to be left on that, you know, so you don't have to go through this every single time. But I just want to run through the settings here. iOSS settings. Okay, so you can customize that. Google Sheets. So what you can actually do is type in your Google Sheet, and then once you click export, okay, so you've got Google Sheets there, and we can actually go back to the tool here. And then if you want to click the export button down here, oh, let's get rid of that honey app there. And then you can actually click the export button there, right? Copy to my buy sheet, and then that's going to automatically populate onto your buy sheet. And I didn't find out about this for a few months after doing online arbitrage years ago when I started it. Once you click that, once your Google Sheet's in there, it's going to export that directly to your Google Sheet. So yeah, big win-win for that one. That's a really good, really handy thing. Make a note on that. You can't have, just to let you know, with that spreadsheet, you can't have it populated in any way in any cells when you do that. It's got to be a plain sheet, otherwise it's not going to populate it, just to let you know. So you copy that to an exact plain sheet. You type in, once you've customized this, okay, you can type in exactly what you want to come up in each cell, and then that's going to go to a plain sheet with no population on it whatsoever, and then it's going to export to every single line, and it just saves a lot of time rather than having to manually go one by one into the, you know, copying information over or getting a virtual assistant to do it, which is what I do. So we got whether you want to see, depending on the sell price, whether you want to see the people with the buy box or the people with the low FBA price, you can toggle this on or off. Merchant token here, target ROI, sell price, export. So you can type in your target prices here. And then obviously that's going to reflect on the Buybot Pro island down here, and obviously down here when it gives you the results of the purchase. Sorry, once we've come off the settings. So that's going to reflect on this. It's going to tell you if it's a good deal, bad deal, depending on your specific criteria, because of course everyone's got different criteria. A good deal to you may be a bad deal to someone else, vice versa. So we've got personalization here. So this is all the settings. Obviously, I'm going through show Buybot Pro Island, which is obviously the island up there, which I showed you, this one here. Buybot Pro quick look. So that was when I mentioned that you can also use Buybot Pro for the search when it comes up with the search results here. And as you can see, this is Buybot Pro. This is the quick look here. So it's going to give you a quick overview analysis of how many FBA sellers, what category it's in, the ACE in, and what rank it is in that category. And then you can show the Buybot Pro charts quickly, and you can open Buybot Pro from here. So yeah, it's a really handy tool to have when you're actually analyzing multiple products at one time. It can actually show you the charts straight away, usually a lot quicker than this. It's because I've got a few tabs open. As I say, you can see all the charts here, which we're going to go into in a minute, rather than having to sort of, go to a new window and scroll to the bottom on every single product. It can show you quickly rather than having to click into every single product. So that's actually a bit of a game changer there. I don't think that was actually a thing when I started this tool a couple of years ago. So as I say, the customer service is awesome, and they're constantly improving this product. They're constantly improving the software all the time. I think they've got a couple of full-time software developers working on it. And you can request things as well. You can request changes that you want to happen in the tool to make your life easier or your virtual assistant's life easier. So that's the quick look there. And once again, hovering over all of this stuff will just tell you what it is. Show charts. So the charts down here is this one here, which we're going to go over in a second. And then you've got the charts down here, more charts down here, more charts down here. So we're going to run into them in a minute. I'm not going to run into them right now, but this is what all these toggles on and offs are. So you've got the bar chart averages, table averages, seller stock and price, Buybot Pro score adjuster. And then this is the minimum price, minimum ROI, minimum BSR, minimum BSR. Once again, as I said, a good deal to you, maybe a bad deal to someone else, vice versa. So this is all going to reflect on your results that you get for the sale, whether it's a good deal, bad deal, low percentage, eligibility, lower ROI, lower profit. If this is red, then it means that it's a bad deal. If it's green, it means that it's good. Okay. So depending on what settings you type in, it's going to give you a good or a bad deal analysis to meet your criteria. So it does a bit of the thinking for you, essentially, this tool. License key, you're going to get one of them when you sign up. And by the way, if you want to try this tool, hit my link below, give it a go. It supports the channel using that link, but if you don't want to use my link, then obviously you can go to the BuyBot Pro website and grab it from there. But obviously we appreciate any support on the channel, because obviously I don't get paid for doing these videos. Well, I suppose a few pennies from YouTube with the sponsored thing, but it's not a lot. It's probably 50 quid a month. So yeah, it's funny how generous YouTube are. So anyway, we've got the Profit Protector here. So obviously, if you don't know, BuyBot Pro owns a few other softwares as well, namely Profit Protector Pro in this case, which is their repricer. So if you have got that, then it's going to connect to this account as well. Also, they own some fully, which I need to do a review and tutorial on soon, actually. And that sort of is, that analyzes all and tracks all your profit and your loss, etc., from your e-commerce company, Amazon FBA company, whatever you're using this for. And that can connect to this as well if you get them. Okay, so once you've clicked save and sync on your settings, then let's carry on going through our buy price and sell price, and then this just analyzing this tool in general. So once you've analyzed the tool, once it's given you the profit, good or bad, as you can come over here to the BuyBot Pro island here, or if you don't want to use the island, then it's going to show you the same results that you get on the island, but perhaps in more detail down here. So it depends what you want to use, whether you want to use this section here, or if you like the BuyBot Pro island, you can turn them on, you can turn them off in the settings that we just saw. So let's dive into this. So it's going to show you the ROI down here. Storage fee, as you can see, this, if we adjust this, it's going to tell you how much less profit you're going to make depending on how long your product's been in storage for. So as you can see, the profit is going down the longer the product is sitting there, because remember that Amazon is charging you for every day that your product is in the shop. So this product is really not looking very good, as we can see. And now, once we've clicked the 12 months, because it's been, not only is it a bad deal, depending on my specific criteria here, with really low profit, if that was sitting in stock for 12 months, then as you can see, this is now showing us that it's a really low 0% chance of this being a good deal. This deal is outside of your chosen deal criteria. And that deal criteria is what we just went over in the settings there. So that criteria, is going to depend on your criteria that you set. But generally, everyone knows this is a bad deal. It's £1.28 profit. It's 9.35% ROI. That's not the sort of deal I would recommend anyone sort of, hopes that they can get. Scrolling up here, we've got the IP radar. If this is green, it means that there's no known PL issues, right? So what's a PL issue? A PL issue is where a brand or distributor has sort of claimed the rights for this product, and they're the only ones that are allowed to sell that on Amazon. So that means that if they catch anyone, right, and if they catch anyone, then they could give you an IP violation. So you need to be aware of that. At current, it says that there's no known PL issues with this. Now, that's just the database that BuyBot Pro's got. It's not sort of written in stone anywhere. And generally, if there's an auto ungate on the eligibility, which you can't, this eligibility is actually letting you know whether you can actually physically sell this product. You can't. You can click auto ungate there, which is a great feature. So that will try and auto ungate you, which you can try on many products. But this brand is a private label brand, right? And the only reason the IP radar isn't red is because there's been no reported issues to BuyBot Pro. If you manage to get past the auto ungate on this product, which you wouldn't be able to because it's a gated brand, then that would get reported to BuyBot Pro and that would be red. So that should be red. But the reason it's not red is because there's been no reported issues, because no one's able to actually sell this product because it's a gated brand. I hope that makes sense. So it's going to show you whether you can physically sell it. If this is an orange one, if this is an orange yellow color, whatever you want to call that, then that means that there may have been some reports of this being, or people, have said that, there's issues with the IP, but no one's actually sent, an actual copy or evidence to BuyBook Pro to say that, I've actually had an IP for this. There's just sort of a rumor, if you like, as far as I'm aware. As I say, if it's red, then it means that BuyBook Pro has had evidence that someone's got an IP violation in the past, so you need to stay away from it. It's one of the best tools on here. Obviously, we've got hazmat, so if that's red, then it means that it's a hazmat item, but it's not, it's green. Hazmat items are generally aerosols and things like that, and sort of pet care stuff that's like, weed control. You've also got the estimated sales here. Now, the estimated sales, it's just an estimate. Okay, so it's not 100% accurate, because I don't think any software can be 100% accurate, because they can't actually get the exact data pulled out from Amazon. But there's a few things that it's doing here to try and get this data. Generally, I'll be honest, I think Helium 10 that I use as well to track the sales estimates is probably more accurate, if I'm honest. So I would take this with a pinch of salt in quite a big way. This is definitely doing more than 15 sales this month. As you can see, 479 for the last few days. I think this product's actually selling thousands of products a month. Usually it's not that off, but yeah. As you can say, it's giving you an estimate of each month there, which seems more accurate. It's in the thousands for sure. But yeah, so take that with a pinch of salt, but it is going to give you some sort of idea whether the product's actually selling or not, but it's definitely not exact. So don't take into account, too much. It just gives you a good idea if it's even selling or not. Profit up here, ROI here, BSR rank tells you what percentage BSR rank that is in. Cool. So scrolling down here, so obviously you can decide if this is a bundle, if it's an MF, this is EFN, etc. And then depending on the settings that you've put next to them particular toggles, it's going to add or deduct certain costs from these results here. And then, so you type in analyze, and it's going to, you click toggle, and then it's going to change the results that you get in your profit and ROI, etc. And obviously the confidence score. Cool. So moving on to the dashboard here. So can I sell this? No. This is going over the same information that we've gone over in the island in the middle. So I like BuyBook Pro island in the middle. You don't have to use the island. As I say, this is the same information that's repeating here on the right. Also, is it a meltable? Not meltable. If that was chocolate, for example, then that probably would be red, because it's showing that it is a meltable item. So great information here, letting you know that you need to be aware of that. If it's a meltable item, you need to have a plan for what's going to happen to that item in summertime, for example. You've got the IP radar here, which is once again on the island there. Oversize, is it an oversize item? No, that would be red if it was, obviously. BuyBook Pro analysis. In the last 90 days, Amazon are known to have shared the buy box on a regular, consistent basis. So this is the buy box analysis. Fantastic bit of kit. Wow. It's letting you know that this wasn't around when I got this software years ago. It's letting you know whether Amazon's sharing the buy box or not, because if they're not, there's no point selling it. Great bit of kit. Great bit of kit, that is. Got the ACE in here, so if you need to use the ACE for something, rather than scrolling right to the bottom of the page on the product details page, you can actually just grab the ACE in there and copy that and do what you need to do with it. BSR predictor 1%. So what BSR rank is it? Main category BSR 1%. So it's showing you that's a good sign, which it is. It's got the thumbs up there. Main category BSR telling you the exact BSR there. It's a really quick way just to get all of that information, the core information that you or your team need for sourcing straight away. Profit margin, it's got max sold price, max buy cost, telling you what the maximum buy cost should be to you. Break even, telling you the break-even total costs, and then it has a breakdown of all your total costs there, depending on what the settings you've put in. So it's a fantastic bit of kit to have that, and any discounts there which we haven't put in. So you can actually chuck the discounts in there. Say if there's a 10% off deal, if you click that, then obviously that's going to, as you can see down the right and on the island there, it's actually increased our profit a little bit there, because we've actually found a discount coupon there. And then you can do the custom, save one for free, etc. And then this is just going over the same information that we saw in the island there, which is a low percentage suggested purchase quantity. We're not too sure about this one. All I give this a miss. Okay, so this is actually a suggested purchase quantity. It's the brain of BuyBook Pro, if you like, is telling you it thinks you should miss this deal. And I would also definitely agree that you should miss this deal. Obviously, I've just used this as an example because I don't want to go over anyone's personal online arbitrage stuff or products that they're selling, because I don't think that's fair. So IOSS here, so depending on what country you're selling in, it's going to tell you the profit that you could expect to get from them countries. Obviously, this is going to depend on the settings, once again, that you've put in. If you want to type in any notes here, so like, Bible Pro. Oh, Bible Pro is pretty cool. Whenever you want to type in there. As I spoke about earlier, the export button that you can click there, okay, once you type in any notes there, that's also going to come up in the notes column there when you click export to copy to your buy sheet. Okay, so yeah, obviously that helps. Obviously, you've got the export to sum fully there as well. Okay. Oh, ignore that. That was me trying to copy it to my buy sheet, so it's trying to get the information. So if you get sum fully as well, whatever you're using, then you can export that to your sum fully as well, rather than having to manually put in that data. So that's the connecting software. So it's all cool. Estimated sales calculator there. Again, once again, we went over that in the Bible Pro Island at the top. And then you've got the competition analysis. So you can decide whether you want to show prime only or all offers. In this case, it's a private label seller and they've got more than 1,000 in stock, or 999, whatever you want to call it. No, don't call 999. I'm just saying they've got more than 999 in stock. Get me in trouble. So yeah, whether you want to show prime only or all offers, depending on who you think your competition is, then you can toggle there. Once again, great bit of kit. They didn't have that when I signed up to this years ago. So they're constantly updating this stuff. You can hover over sellers here, nutrition. It will tell you the names of the sellers. You can, click into this stuff and go to their store, etc. So really quickly, there's a lot of things this is thought about. It's going to tell you how many sellers there are. And then it's going to tell you the seller's stock, top 10 sellers. It's going to tell you their stock. So, sometimes you don't want to compete if a seller's got 1,000 in stock, but if they've got 2, you might want to compete and then go for the next price. Totals, all sellers, prime sellers 1, MF sellers there. So giving you exact on how many sellers there are on this product. Obviously, it's telling you the BSR here, etc., in all the different countries as well. So yeah, awesome bit of kit. You've got the manual sourcing accelerator down here. So I'm not going to go into. Manual sourcing accelerator is cool. So the manual sourcing accelerator, you can connect that to when you're sourcing. I'm not going to go into it in this video. It's a separate video in itself. I want to keep this reasonably short and snappy because no one's got an hour to sit and watch for a review. But the manual sourcing accelerator can help you when you're actually off BuyBook Pro itself. And then you've got the VA toolbox here. Once again, I'm not going to go into it right now, but you can actually type in a VA's email, they can click start. You can track your VAs from BuyBook Pro and they can submit deals in real time, okay, so that you can actually monitor your VAs here, which is cool, And then you can type in your deal criteria here. VA Manager login, obviously you can sort that out. It's licensed to up to 5 devices. You can sort that out once you sign up to BuyBook Pro. Obviously you've got Profit Detector Pro here, once again, which is actually fully connected to BuyBook Pro. And then obviously we've got eBay here, sold on eBay, Google, so you can actually, you can start searching for the product just straight from BuyBook Pro here. Seller Essentials all connected here, and then we've got the ACE in history, return on investment down here. So tons and tons of things to do there. Now let's move over to all the graphs on the left here. So when I started doing online arbitrage, I was signed up to Keeper and BuyBook Pro. BuyBook Pro has seriously improved their graphs, and actually, I would go as far as saying it's probably unnecessary now, though a lot of sellers still use it, and I used it for a long time. It's almost unnecessary to have Keeper when you've got BuyBook Pro, so that can save you a cost there. This is pretty much the same stuff you're going to see on Keeper. So you've got, unless you're using Keeper on the actual website, if you're using it just for the Chrome extension, then it's probably unnecessary at this stage because of the detail that the graph now shows you on BuyBook Pro. If you haven't used Keeper, then it's pretty much what this is here. So you can look back on 90 days, 180 days, 365 days, and you can type in all of these. You've got the sales heat map there, which is showing you how, how big the sales are when the low sales times big sales are. And this gives you a good idea of seasonality on these products. Buy box, BSR, FBM, you can type in all these filters on or off just to figure out exactly what you want to see. So let's say we just want to see the price and the BSR. We can turn them all off. We can figure out, as you can see, FBA is 13.49 there. Then it went up to 14.97. And then you've got the sales graph here, which is in the green. And obviously, the lower it is, the better it is. So that's 582 there. As you can see, they might have been out of stock here, which they probably were. Lowest new, if we type in there, so they were out of stock whenever this goes high. So obviously there's no sales, and then when they're in stock, obviously the BSR drops down again really fast, which means that it's selling really quickly again. So they're obviously having stock issues at the moment, probably with importing from China and things like that. There's obviously been issues, but it is a very popular item whenever it's in stock because it's quite a well-known brand on Amazon. You've got offers and reviews down here, so this is cool again. So how many reviews are there at the moment? As you can see, they're going up, the reviews. So it tells you the reviews. This is good for private label stuff. You can see how many offers there are, which is just one because it's a private label product. This would be great if you're doing online arbitrage as well. It's really handy because you can see how many sellers there are generally jumping on and off that product to see if it's got potential to hold it or to sell it straight away. You've got the main and subcategory BSR values as well. Depending on your sourcing method, you may want to use them too. I've got the BuyBot Pro statistics here. So please select and above to fetch the BuyBot Pro statistics data. So you can sort of use that if you want to type in. And then we've got some more graphs down here. So you've got the Fba Price Average here. So it's telling you the last 30 days, 90 days, 180 days. So rather than you working it out yourself up here on this graph, it actually gives you a quick snapshot down here. So 1156 was the 180-day average. All time has been 1663. The last 7 days has been 1497. So I would say an average of, obviously an average of 180 days is 1156. But if you want to go off 30 days, it's 1497. So it just gives you a really good idea here. Also the same with the price, the buy box price average, the new offer count 111. That's really good for OA. If that's going up and down significantly, then you know that it's consistently out of stock. If that's going consistently down and really high and down and really down and high, I'd say there's a supply and demand issue there. So it may be a good or bad deal depending on that. And then the BSR average is here as well, 90 days, 100 days, 365 days. And then it's going to go over it all again here on this graph here. And then seller position here. And that is the tool. That's the tool sort of summarized there. So as I say, if you do want to try it, then maybe obviously we appreciate the support on my link below. As I say, if not, then check it out from the website. I think, look, to summarize also, it's not just a great bit of software. BuyBot Pro is a real software company where the team is always there on standby to support. You can do the live chat from the website, or you can actually email them when they're really fast to reply, or you can jump in the BuyBot Pro Facebook group as well. And the customer service is second to none. I'm friends with the owner. I'm friends with most people that are involved with the software. They're really great people, and they do actually really care about the customer service, and they care about the customer experience. And even if you've got requests, things that you want to improve on the software, then they will actually do that. If you get the price, whatever price it is also now, obviously with inflation and stuff, the price of softwares goes up. Whatever price you get this at now, then they will lock you into that price, and that price won't keep going up for you as a user even in 10 years time. So yeah, I hope that video's helped. I hope it's been a great review. Please do give it a like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it, and as I say, if you want to check out the tool, then click the link below. I will see you all in the next video, and that was the BuyBot Pro review and tutorial 2022. My name's Hayden Davidson. Have a fantastic day.